Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2, and this is match day 19 of Season 2. It's been a good one so far. Last match out, we had some superbly close games. We had, well, not as much close games, but close encounters of the league table variety. We had Sprungfeld and Megahorse play out a 0-0 draw. Flamingos just in front of them in the table playing a 1-1 draw with Fortuna, who were just behind them. Third place now in the table, Boston. After losing to Badgers, they went from first to third. And we had Grove taking the lead in the table with Badgers just level on points with them, but behind by 3 goals. That's very, very close, isn't it? And we mentioned all the top 7 teams there. Dangley's took over to go into 8th ahead of Divisionale. Huge battle there between those two sides. Blues versus Gondor in the table is now 3 points between the two after Blues had I think they had a pretty successful match last time, or did they? I can't even remember what happened to them. Did they win, lose? I don't even know what they did. They had a 3-1 win over Pelham, of course. And then a bit lower down the table we have Pelham themselves, 6 points adrift of Gondor. Red West 3 points behind that, and Aussie's Dream, who Smuts is here and he's just said he still thinks he's going to win the league. The stage is set for an almighty comeback, and with 8 matches to go and being 25 points behind, they are down there. In fact, they cannot finish in the top 2 points, and of course with the games ahead I think that they would actually not be able to finish in the top 3 or 4. Today's fixtures: Megahorse versus Boston. You check the table out and those two teams are 1 point apart. 1 point apart there in the table. 5 points for a win. Fortuna and Badgers, they are 5 places and 4 points apart. We've then got Gondor and Flamingos, who are quite a distance apart there. They are 12 points apart. Aussie Dream and Blues, there's a gap there of 13 points. Pelham and Grove, yep, that's pretty big as well, isn't it? That's a 21 point gap. Divisionale and Dangley's are level on points, and they are separated by 10 goals though. Dangley's with a +3 and Divisionale with a -7 goal difference. That will, Divisionale need a win there to give them more of a chance. And Sprungfeld versus Red West Pacific, down towards the bottom of the table there. It's Red West. There's 21 points between those two teams as well. Last time out, our team of the week featured quite a set of stars there, didn't it? Keane, Mike Duff, Kostajic, Kohler and Williams in defence. James Williams getting the team of the week there. The midfield with 3 Grove players of Smerteen, Finn and Berger with that other guy on the left hand side, and then up front it's Hersey and Lee Hughes with some great subs there. Stu is here and he's looking at his team of the week side there with a sense of satisfaction. Anyway, let's head into the first game now, and Tato is here. And I will make sure I actually say good evening to him via typage. I think, if he's on mute, let's say good evening. And we won't go to to a couple of games first. Fifey has requested that his game is played a bit later tonight, so the Gondor game is on late, which obviously Swan Lake's an early game, but Fifey has requested tonight a later one due to his podcasting things on this transfer deadline day. And I'm not even sure why it's picked out this one here. Oh, I do. It's because of what's happening down here. Valentuna have in their squad, they've got Curtis Woodhouse, and Pelham have decided, let's try and bring Curtis Woodhouse back to the club. So we are fraudulently controlling Valentuna to take Curtis Woodhouse back to the club. That is the plan. It's okay. It's not a transfer. It's a recall after his extremely harsh suspension from the club. Banished from the club. So, well, it picks the game that we can't go to begin with, and we go to Aussie Dream versus Blues because Smuts is here, and Dublin Blues. The only change being made today is that Clint Hill's off the bench and Florian Batterinu, who's come onto it. Last time out, they did win 3-1. Anthony Collins and Mike Duff, who was man of the match, with David Nielsen in response. Last time they played Aussie's Dream, it was a 1-1 draw, and Kiko had scored, but Kiko is still out for 3 weeks. It's been a long process. Those torn ankle ligaments. A 5-month injury is coming to an end, and Onshue scored. In fact, Onshue had scored the equaliser within the first half, and nothing happened in the second half. So yeah, the team is looking like it does with those four across the defensive midfield line. Heavily defensive, but with lots of arrows. David Collins and Mark Anthony as the two up there. And is that one of your few points? Well, yeah, taking points in, what's this season? 6 matches maybe? Yep, 2 wins, 4 draws and 12 defeats. And last time out for Aussie Dream, they were beaten 2-0 by the team they were just ahead of, Red West Pacific, and now find themselves behind them. They've gone for this week into a different formation. So a formation that sees an extremely defensive setup there. So Radoy will drop to sweeper when they don't have the ball, and when they do have the ball, he'll be probably able to go forward a little bit, just naturally, while these two, Lecky and Brown, will just sit in there on top of each other. That's the plan. Will it lead to a lot of players being played onside? Can't really tell. Morales and Talberg out wide. Swan is here. Good evening, Swan. A she player last time out. And anyway, Brooker and Onshue are up there as usual. Brooker, to me, probably should have been dropped last year. 19 starts for the club, 1 goal. And Onshue has 6, 4 in the league. Jordanos is probably, with the other sub-appearances, he's probably more likely to get a goal, I assume. And Hippie, yet to even be on the bench this season. So will he get a run out? Anyway, so we go into the match, and Torsten Helgemo is refereeing today. It seems a little bit of a mismatch. It seems Blues are a bit stronger, but we'll see if that is the situation. And kicking off from the Ardiles Arena, or the Ardias Arena as it's been misspelt there. And it is an interesting situation that there's been chances but no goals in the first 20 minutes. Anthony's coming forward. Dove Carlisle, as I don't know, Mark Anthony scores the opening goal. So Blues are very much the team pushing for goals this game, and it seems like Aussie's Dream are sitting back. Only Radoy outfield is doing a decent job, but then again, no one's really impressing for Blues. Oh, Anthony's just put one wide there. Gomeni's hit the top of the crossbar, I think, there, and we are coming towards half time. Still 1-0. Anything could happen, I suppose, at this point. Duff with a long range shot there, stabbed in the back by Mark Anthony. It's historic, isn't it? And Rihalati scores, making it 2-0 just before half time. And suddenly, Wayne Carlisle and Rihalati get themselves up to 8s. So we look over for Aussie's Dream there. Condition-wise, we've got a couple of players below usual ratings there. Sorry, it's Gameni is on a foot injury at this point, and Kaka also on a foot injury. They're the two who have the lowest fitness. Smuts, remember to let me know what minute you'd like your substitutes for. And for Blues, I'll be leaving things just as they are. Have they had any extreme stats anywhere? I don't think so. Take the arrows off the defence. Yes, indeed. There we are. The arrows are off. The gloves are off. 69 minutes. Any sub-smuts, or is it just going to leave it till that time? You do have those two players who are suffering somewhat. Radoy's been playing well. He's got 4 key tackles in. Yeah, he's on a 6. It's going to be Mads for Tando. At this point, 3 dribbles for Gameni. He's coming off with his injury, of course. There it is. By a home going on. And Jordanos Forbrugge is going to be done at this point as well, giving a half on the pitch, leaving the subs for 24 minutes time. Blues will have a quick check at 60 on for them, but with no specific instructions, we just have a check and see if anyone's extremely out of it. Maresca's taken a yellow card. He's gone up to a 7 with that card. And it's Scally. We've missed the Blues by and it's to be a goal for Aussie's Dream. I was clicking away, but it didn't quite want to go for it. There's no reason to make any substitutes there with them. No one's on a 5 or anything. No one's under. And it is a comeback goal there for Onshue. We got another 6 minutes on with this. Will there be another goal? We go to the substitutes, which 69 minutes comes along now. Kaka's on 77%, and Morales on 83. He's just a little bit tired there, and anything could happen here in these last 20 minutes. Will it be as exciting as Wout Weghorst moving to Burnley for £12 million? That's actually a decent deal there, isn't it, for them? Brian Heel didn't really make it as Spurs, has he, to go straight out of the club on a loan deal. And Villarreal getting Lo Celso on loan from Spurs, so obviously doing their best to get rid of all the players from before. ZF Kaka is the third sub that's being made, and we push into the rest of the match. And at the moment this is quite tight. It looks like they're coming forward. Jordanos with a chance to score. It's a penalty, and Onshue gets the equaliser. Blues cannot hold on to their lead, and if anyone, Aussie's Dream looked the stronger towards the end. One last chance maybe. Jordanos has missed a target in a 2-2 draw, so they'll be pleased with the result there. Certainly Onshue getting man of the match with an 8, getting his 6th league goal of the season, and they deserve that on the balance of the second half. Definitely a powerful performance. Radoy and Lecky with 5 key challenges as well. Interception wise, Radoy was certainly on form, but he only ended up with a 7, whereas for Dublin Blues, Scally winning 11 tackles was their key player, and really, he's had 6 dribbles as well, 3 interceptions, 3 offsides. There we go. So 2-2, and we move into the next game. We can play Megahorse versus Boston. It doesn't really matter if we play my game at this point. Not a problem whatsoever. So Boston go into it with a 3-4-3 with some real power out wide with the Morey and Vasari. Montella is obviously looking for some goals. Last time out, he was out, wasn't he? He was still out of the team, but they were beaten 3-1 by Badgers. Sorry. This time round, who knows what will happen? This is going to be an interesting one. Last time out, Boston won 2-0. Beinlich was sent off early on, and he received that massive ban. Is this a repeat of match 2 of the season, maybe? Punched in the face by Beinlich and a 9-match ban. So, I think it may well have been match 2 if we take a look at the fixtures. It's a repeat of the second round of league games today. Well, let's see how they can get on. And look at Megahorse, all-out changes really. The full 11 change from their recent game, which was a 2-1 victory over Unterhaching in Europe. Which, 2 sendings off in 3 minutes. Luckily they were in front, and also played some fake players. So Max Storm, man of the match. He's not even a real player there. And Örjan Andersen played as well to just let some of the players rest, and it was those two. Anderson with 6 shots on target was pretty strong. Megahorse today playing a formation with no players on the right and 2 out on the left hand side, because the right hand side players have not been as strong. So it's why not play Burma and Bart Hoare together and see how they get on. Yashvili kind of offers a little bit more on the right to the side, and Jurgen Kohl has moved out to the right hand side to see if he can counter the fact that there's no one there at right side to defend. We shall see how they get on. This could be disastrous for Mega Horse. It could be great. Who knows? We'll find out in the next few minutes. And the game is underway. Obviously, I don't test my formation, so I have absolutely no idea if it's any good or not. It could be disaster. 10 minutes in, and it seems more Mega Horse than anything else. And it is a goal. It is Yashvili scoring the opener. That may have been a Barkhor assist. Looking at the ratings there, Burma's up to a 7 as well, so both the left-hand side players doing well. Amore getting free. He's up against nobody on that side. Is it a penalty? And Montella scores the goal, so Kaluzhny is being booked. And this is definitely a Boston side looking for some goals here. Whereas Mega Horse just trying something new, see if they can do anything that will boost them at the table. Marcelino Parib has missed. Kaluzhny's not having the best game in the world. Maybe he'd be best off being withdrawn at some point soon. Who knows? It's still 1-1. 45 minutes. Coming up towards half time. A chance. Gromozis has just missed the target, and it is half time. Woo, Kaluzhny and Gromozis both there on 5s at the break. 3 shots, 1 on target for both teams. Boston, no reason to make any substitutes unless Greasy turns up and he's here. And for Mega Horse, well, Kaluzhny coming off at half time purely with the fact that he's on a yellow card. It's not the 5 that's the effect in there, it's the yellow card. Eigenrauch will come on and do the job. I think he will play there. Yeah, Gromozis is that little bit more creative, so we'll do it that way around. And we're into the second half. Subs at 60 minutes for both teams is going to happen here. We'll just go for the 60-minute subs. Second half kicks off with some more attacking for Mega Horse. They are looking slightly better. They've had a retaken free kick at this point. We're going to do the subs for Boston any second. Are there anyone below 75%? Nope. Is there anyone struggling on 5? Nope. We'll just move on. And for Mega Horse, 5's another 5. Achendo. It's not the best team performance whatsoever, is it? Mr. Savage is here. Good evening, Mr. Savage. The team performance is not tremendous, it must be said. Yuskoviak, Palmer, Steve's here as well. I don't even have a clue what to do, to be honest, with these things here. The forward players, 6 dribbles from Marcelino, Yashvili, 4 for Yuskoviak. Well, they can all stay on the pitch. And I don't know. I think it's a case of just rolling out this game and seeing how it goes. 1-1. 25 minutes just over to go. They are trying their best to get through. Achendo with a chance. And at the moment, really, it's certainly looking like Boston are threatening. Mega Horse trying to hold on, going for a chance. It's a red card, and it's Montella who's being sent off, and it just makes sense to move move Dianigi over and play as the lone striker at this point. So, yep, the red card. It is. I don't know what difference that will make, if any. It's 1 striker instead of 2. The Aussie Dream score was 2-2 tonight. 2-2 in that game. From 2-0 down, Aussie Dream came back to this one. Burma with a chance, and the draw is it looks like a decent result in some ways for Mega Horse. Boston holding on with 10 men in the end there, and yeah, chances were certainly more accurate from Mega Horse. Tackles one was terrible from both sides. Yeah, looking into that, it wasn't the greatest team performance. It was certainly worth the risk, and the 2 left-sided players performed extremely well. 8 dribbles apiece for Marcelino and Yashvili, and Juskoviak with 5 dribbles. So something went there. Barkhor caught offside 5 times. Tato saying yes, because of course it keeps these 2 sides behind Boston, behind Badgers and Grove at the top. Steve was in my home city yesterday. Fantastic. I think you probably would have certainly enjoyed the delights of Coventry. But you enjoyed that a lot. And yeah, 4 dribbles from Montella, but he ran out of luck with his second yellow card. What did he get his cards for? So, have we missed one of them already? No, Kaluzhny, Montella pulling a shirt, and the second one taking the legs. Well, he's just been a little bit silly, hasn't he? A good performance for the top two in that match. And Mega Horse draw another game against another team in the top 7. Pelham versus Grove coming up next, and Pelham makes some changes to their lineup after last time beaten 3-1 by Blues. They last time lost 2-1 to Grove. So Milan Baros, those were their days, weren't they? When Milan Baros was playing, and all the goals in the first half in this one. Morgan Norman refereeing today. The team changes a little bit in terms of personnel, in the fact that McDermott has found his way into the lineup for the first time in a while. Then Welsh, Appleton and Willems in midfield. Poughton, Gordon, Elliot Mendonca is quite defensive, but at the same time, I think you need to be when you're up against Grove. They are a lethal side with Patrick Berger at the moment, aren't they? And Stu, have these players changed their mind yet? They just want new challenges. So with Grove going unchanged from last time out, they keep the very much informed Patrick Berger with 11 league goals, the top scorer in the division. And you look into the performances of players like D'Alessandro, has been playing pretty well recently. Darren Anderson with 10 assists as they're doing. Stu wants a better performance than Portsmouth are doing. Is it 1-0 still at the moment, or has it got worse? Yeah, it's 1-0. And Connor Washington with the goal. Yeah, unless it's the entire city of Washington that's done that, we shall see. And anyway, so this promises to be an interesting one between two sides, different fortunes this season. And yeah, as we said, Morgan Norman refereeing in the Grove grey and orange kit, that lovely Chelsea kit from before, is out there. And wow, what a start. Dean Gordon goes off injured almost immediately. That is unlucky. That is extremely unlucky. Is there anything that can be said for substitutes? Has there been anything whatsoever? I don't know. Has Timble put anything in his messages? I did do flash indeed. No, I would assume that I'm just gonna make these changes. So Brian Hughes is probably, yeah, he looks like he's got to be the man there rather than Tony Thorpe. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just do it. Okay, so a really early change in the 3rd minute of the match. Dean Gordon, the key man for this team, has been lost to the world. Oh, not quite that extreme. Mendonca still doing well. Davison to left midfield. Aidan Davison. I remember watching him a few times for Bradford in the past. It's certainly looking like Pelham are giving this a really good go. Grove haven't quite got going yet, but it only takes them a quick go and they're in, and they're unstoppable at times. Smerteen's taken a yellow card, and they've lost Steve Finnan from the same position. So this is most likely an Robert substitute going on here. And let's see what we've got here. What is this lead? I don't know. What? Robert on anyway. Yeah, Robert coming on for Finnan. There we are. So both left-sided players have gone. 2 key players in this match. Steve's crying because Steve Finnan has been hurt, so he'll be leaving the Divisionale post tonight to go and take care there. And Andy Cole scores the opening goal, and it's half time with their only shot on target, the only shot on target of the first half. Tame, it can be said about some of the stuff going on here. It looked like Pelham was stronger. They've been relying on John Welsh's pushing forward at this point. Obviously, Stu is here, so if you want to just let us know about your substitutes here. Canu, potential shin injury, is down there on 83%. Everyone else seems okay. And naming your minute for substitutes in the second half as well. it shows that no one's really got going with their dribbling or anything at this point. 65 minutes from Stu. Any change at half time, or are you giving it till 65 generally? For Pelham, well, let's go for a bit of sash to be playing there. I'm just checking with Dimble in terms of anything there. It's tonight for subs, whether there were any. I think it's just to not kill the players. That's generally the way to do it, isn't it? Must be. Anyway, all good. We'll go into the next part of this game then. So 65, we'll do 60 minutes was always the plan for Pelham, usually with substitutes. Haven't seen them suggesting any other sort of time in the past, and we go to their changes. They want to know that Peter Handyside isn't having the greatest game in the world. Mendonca, Elliott, either of those two carrying knocks. Mendonca hasn't scored, has he? So we'll bring Jamie Forrester on at this point up front and see if he can make a difference for Pelham. Cogs always whirring. Here we go. So let's have a little look into things here. And Grove should have gone to Stu first because it would make more sense, wouldn't it? So a quick look over here at the conditions and such like. Canu there on 79. Everyone else kind of doing okay for conditions. Whereas Smirty and Lauren performing best. Canu is probably the man that's going to be making waves, isn't he, judging by his performance as well. Prosinecki comes on for Canu. And Dario Silva comes on for Andy Cole. And that's the 3 changes done for the team. Half an hour to go from Freeman Street here, and Houghton coming close to getting one for Pelham. Probably just not enough on the ball there, to be honest. They are coming forward, they are trying harder. Forrester is not being involved yet, and maybe there's a chance for him to take something, but with a few minutes disallowed goal there for Grove. It was kind of against the run of play at that point, and Robert and Anderson doing well. Berger's been kept very, very quiet this game. Just 3 or 4 minutes to go in this one, and Appleton taken down, another yellow card, and we go to final whistle at 1-0, and Grove keep themselves up there, doing extremely well in this title battle. Superb. One second. Yeah, and I just don't want to blow my nose on right there in front of everyone on the right in the microphone. Anyway, so Grove win 1-0 with their only shot on target. It was a strange match. Not many chances. Vance Warner there did his best defensively. He did a decent job. Willems played well as well, and John Welsh it was who just continued running around a lot during this one. Whereas the runs for Grove were not quite as many as usual. Campbell lots of challenges, Smirty winning 11, John Curtis 100% successful in his tackles, and that stopped them doing their job, I suppose, the Pelham players. So well done to Grove. Fortuna next up versus Badgers, and look at the situation here for Fortuna. That Freder's out and he's missing a game for his 3 yellow cards. Umit Davala's out for his 3 yellow cards. Romeo's out for his 3 yellow cards. And Peralta also out for it with a groin strain here. So that's 4 key players missing. Martin Lawson makes it 5. They are short of numbers. Last time out they drew 1-0 with Flamingos, which was a good result. And today, up against the team top of the league before today, Badgers. Last time they played each other it was 1-0. It was a goal from Mark Kerr, so he's available of course today, and Badgers last time playing with a much more defensive formation. Fortuna playing with a slightly more defensive than they play at the moment. So today Lots of changes. The good news is that Zé Roberto's back. Jojo's also playing instead of Davala. We've got Bunjevcevic in defence instead of Freda. We also have Mashanga Zika playing in attacking midfield there, and Glendower Hughes is playing up front there. It's an interesting kind of player, Hughes. He's a bit hit and miss, but he does offer something to the team that I don't really understand what it is, but he does offer something to the team. Up against Badgers. Badgers this time round, after the last game beating Boston 3-1 as we saw there. I don't know if I checked Fortuna's last time result out there. I don't know if I clicked on it. Roberts is in to the team for today, and also Echiog's in. Other than that, it seems pretty stable. Milevski's there on the bench for this game. Harashimovic, Masera, Kyle. It's a very attacking subbench. Other than that, even with an attacking goalkeeper, Rayard captaining the side as usual, and we shall see how they go on. But it does seem a strong Badgers side against the depleted Fortuna one. But Fortuna do have their moments, don't they? Morgan Norman busy tonight refereeing another game, and we'll see what happens here. I believe Quinton is sending his subs in by messages because he's struggling to his laptop has passed it, so see what happens there. And it's a cross in from Zé Roberto, finished by Nakamura. 1-0 it is. Swan going 2-0 to Badgers. Obviously just missed the goal going in by probably a second or two, to be honest. And Tato saying that Asta with Smuts as well, but it's obviously, at the moment this is a Badgers side which are capable of scoring at any time, and it's 1-0 as it is so far for these. Oh, another chance. It's certainly more. It's an own goal. It's making it 2-0 at half time. An own goal. Echiog with the goal. Echiog. Yep, it's a strange little spelling on it. Only 4 empty seats at the game, seeing what's happening here. And if no injuries, subs at 60 minutes. Well, quick check on the conditions here, and they are 88 plus, so they will be going through at this point. Hughes, potential knee injury, so make your decision there, Quinton, based on that one, the potential knee injury or not. Leave them till 60, please, he says on a message for Tato. There's no condition things, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a few changes of personnel at this point. Tato says he hates Fortuna because I think he's had some huge games in the past against them, even in the cup. Let's see, Ehiogu. Always spell it out. Yeah, spelling it out usually use the right letters. But anyway, so go to 60 minutes as well, but they are making that one change. That Milevski is on for Mr. OG. Comes off. 15 minutes till we get to the substitutes. We do the Badgers ones first at 60 minutes. Let them go and see what to do at this point. This is a strong performance from Fortuna, who may end up leapfrogging a few teams. I mean, they'll go ahead of Boston and Megahorse at this rate with the performance as it is. Conditions, is there anyone really suffering? No, there isn't. And then we just see those ratings wise, Viali impressing but nobody else. And Fortuna, Quinton is saying that he's going to be taking off Mashanga Zike for GX Jordiadis. A 6 there for Mashanga Zike wasn't particularly impressive, so he's going to come off. And just seeing what the suggestion is there. A couple of suggestions from Tato. That's the only one happening there for Quinton. For Tato, he's moving Donovan up to attacking mid and stick Harashimovic on. So that's me, Donovan off for Harashimovic, and Kevin Kyle for ZZ Roberts. described as horrible. Would you like an arrow on Harashimovic before I kick off? My guess is yes. We will find out. In fact, can he hear me? Oh, we'll just put a message there. No arrow. There we go. Okay. Right, so he was listening. That's right. I was typing away, but no arrow. So half an hour to go. At the moment, he stands to be a very, very strong performance there from Fortuna. Keems made a save though to stop the comeback goal, and Badgers are getting a bit more into this, aren't they? Firmani taking a yellow card though. It just calmed down a little bit there. It's action all over the place, and certainly these two colours are very contrasting. So it's flashing all over the place on the screen, and yes, there's a kiss. No arrow or a no arrow kiss. That's it. Keem's up to a 9 with his superb goalkeeper performance this game, and Badgers are really trying to get back into this one, but it's too little, too late it seems. And Collins just flashed one off target, and there is a victory for Fortuna, who put themselves right into that battle at the top of the table. Zeriberto taking man of the match. A game that could really have gone either way in terms of the chances. It's a solid performance, and the assist from Zeriberto, it was for the goal for Nakamura. I don't know if anybody was pivotal in the goal with the own goal for Mekiog, but I'm not sure about that. Hughes and Zeriberto dribbling quite a bit. Badgers, yeah, Changai played well in terms of his tackles. I'm not sure why he's ended up with 6, but we will see. Is there anything else? No, it's nothing really. It shows why he should. They just didn't dribble the ball. They didn't dribble the ball, and ZZ Roberts was caught offside 4 times. So, yeah, well played to Fortuna, and unlucky to the Badgers. Quinton says, send Tato my love, and he thought he would lose that game. Gordon Flamingos, we hold on. 5 feet isn't here yet, so that might be our last game for tonight. You never know. We go to Danglies versus Divisionale. And this one is an interesting one, isn't it? That two teams so close together, but when you've got a team that features 3 centre backs in the entire squad, and 2 of them are suspended. Woodgate suspended for his 2 yellow cards, and Adams suspended for his 3 yellow cards. Why 2? Oh, another 2. There we are. Yeah. In case I ask if this one, I will type to Swan. Right. Someone tell him I'll type to him. So Stig Tufting has come in. Wooder has asked me to manage the team tonight because he sounds extremely busy at the moment. He's got some big Ofsted thing at the moment. So Tufting is playing as a back player, so I haven't changed the formation. Left all the 7 up there as they are. And yeah, so he's going to play at the centre of the defence because there isn't a defensive midfield role. And Colo Torre, because he's got the best average rating of all the defenders that are left, despite the fact his tackling is terrible, is the one who's in for this game. Postma retains his place in goal. So the only changes that have been made really are the ones that were enforced, really. Not convinced a new manager can turn this around. Igita saying that. Captain, sadly. Divisionale going for a change of setup that involves no Mike Duff in the squad. He's got a very solid 7 all the way. George Hurst could be the worst player in a Pompey shirt ever. That's an extreme statement, isn't it? I don't know anything about him, to be honest, so, you may be justified in that. Looking at the side there, Sherko back in up front. He has 2 goals this season. He hasn't played too much. His rating hasn't been particularly great either. And we got Shellstrom is back in the side. He played 9 last game, so we'll see how he goes. It sounds like George Hurst must be on loan from Leicester by the sound of it, from the messages there. Last time they played each other, this was 3-0 to Danglies, and their goal difference is 7 apart, isn't it? So, no, it's 10 apart, and this contributes to 6 of them. So we'll see how he is. Mutu scored a hat-trick. He's been a little quieter recently. Actually, he got a 10 last game. So, in fact, the last match for them, that's Divisionale. Whatever. Anyway, So we're going to this. Is going to be an interesting match here. Stefan Wittberg refereeing, giving Morgan Norman a rest for it, and we'll kick off this one. I think Division Ali have enough to take on that defence of Dangley's for this game. We shall see how it is. David Hurst's son. Alright. There we are, yeah. David Hurst's son. Did not realise, yeah. David Hurst was superb as well. Chances coming. Rihalati has certainly given it another go for tonight. Sherko scores the opening goal. Division Ali back into this between these two for this season. It's going to be extremely close here. Rob Sheffway, Fire Elbows and Feeder Club to not have to pay compensation. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Still overpriced. It's still 1-0 as it stands here, and Bowyer equalises, gets the equaliser. I think Dangley's and Kolo Touré is sent off. Well, absolute disaster there. They're going to have to withdraw a striker to do this game. They're going to take off a striker. Is it Lee Hughes or DiCanio? DiCanio's played a 7 this season. Hughes played a 7.41. Are either of them injured? No, I've checked the condition already, haven't I? Of course. So we will withdraw Paolo Di Canio, and that means that realistically, from who's left, it's going to be Gary Croft coming on for Di Canio. It couldn't get much worse for Dangley's in their defensive situation at the moment. That they've had a player sent off now after losing 2 to suspension before. At least they'll be back next game. We're into our final 3 matches of the night already, aren't we, with these? It could be any sort of thing happening here. Half time 1-0. Division Ali looking stronger than Dangley's. And if we were to look into this, Steve going to make a change at half time. He was here, so we'll see if he's still here now. Well, I haven't seen anything from Steve. He was here, but anything could be happening. And for Dangley's, they're going to just leave it as it is. I know testing's on 5, but really there can't be anything going there. Steve's going to leave it as it is. 1 minute for your sub, Steve, for the second half. I'm going to go Dangley's at 60 minutes, by the way, just to do things at that point. But Winner is not one for many changes. I think there may be an amendment later on, but we'll see how that goes. When will the subs be for Steve? We shall see. Really, just in terms of any key stats there, I wouldn't say there's anything particularly interesting about the two sides for the first half. It's been quite tame. If I don't get a reply in the next 10 seconds, I'm just going to go for 60 minutes for both teams and do it that way. Right, okay, we've got 60 minutes for both sides at this point, and Stig Tefting taking down Zagara. I think there's another red card in this match somewhere. I know there's not many yellows, but I think there's going to be another red coming in. The subs were meant to be 60 minutes, but they just kept rolling forward. And at this point, we have Estai on 85, Agostino on 85 as well. Neither of the two are injured. Andrew Martin is on 84, and he is carrying a shin knock. Shellstrom is just lacking the practice. Back to the ratings, and we see that, yep, Shellstrom's doing a good job there, isn't he? So Zagara, Martin, Tiernan on 6s. See how that goes for him there. And for Dangley's, is there really much that can be done? I think it's going to be just the one change of Hughes for. Oh, that's he's on 86, so he'd never take him off of that. Hughes off and Facey on. Steve, leave it, mate. There we go. So we're just at 25 minutes or so to go in this one. Sherko coming close for Division Ali, but Facey with a transfer Dangley's. It's finally poised, isn't it? These two teams level on points. And I'm not sure whether Steve actually meant no subs. or as stupid as what's with his oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, well, whatever. We're at 93 minutes, full time, 1-1. The two teams stayed level, and at man of the match, Kim Shellstrom. And last time out he played 9, he's playing 9 again today. So he's looking a little bit useful at the moment. Dear me. Yeah, talking. Great. Postman played a 9. Postman played a 9. He's actually having a decent run of form at the moment. So well played. And 1 second while I just get a little bit of water as I go into the next match. Hello. I am back. And Sprungfelt for tonight, playing a formation that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Like a diamond ring or a diamond on a playing for something. So lovely stuff. We got Jeff Whitley playing in front of a back three of Deflandre, Byrne and Duff, which I think is pretty good for them, isn't it? Willie Byrne having an alright season, but Deflandre playing well and Duff been doing well as a centre back, definitely this season. Queiroz and Carlson out wide. Carlson burst onto the scene at the start of the season, hasn't had as many opportunities recently. We're still doing well. And Elisa Debe and Ronaldo up front. It's a heart for. Oh yes, it's heart. Yes, it looks a bit like a diamond on something though as well. A lovely heart. Of course, it is a heart. That's what you told me it was. Here we are. Say how much he loves the Red West Pacific team, or a diamond. Is a diamond geezer. Anyway, Sprungfelt last time Sprungfelt played, they drew 0-0 with Mega Horse in a game that was actually interesting for a 0-0 draw. Last time they played Red West, they beat them 3-0. Carboni, Ronaldo and Nedved with the goals. All three of them are in the matchday lineup for today. Two of them in the middle of midfield. For Red West, they're leaving things as they are after last time getting that 2-0 win over Aussie's Dream, which was great for them to see as she with man of the match. For their team, they stick with the same formation, of course, as it is, which, I still don't really know how to describe it, but it seems to be kind of doing alright for them at the moment, and we see how they get on. Don't know why I've gone to training, just randomly click on training as we go. Getting into this game, Woo, a set piece taker not playing. These colours are both extremely interesting. I'm looking forward to this match, seeing what will happen. There's got to be goals, surely. Got to be goals. Ronaldo coming close to a goal immediately. It's a red card. It's a red card for a centre back. That hasn't worked particularly well. Anyway, Martin, good evening. It looks like Roger from American Dad, the Sprungfelt tactic. I don't think Duggan's here. So in terms of what to do here, absolutely at a loss. Dear me. Disaster. A disaster here. Don't know, I'm looking at condition. I'm going to look at who to take off here. One attacking mid is just a bit. Yeah, they have to maybe go for one. Nakayama's been playing out the 7s. Yun Jung Hwan played out in 9 and 8 recently, so Nakayama's going to be withdrawn. And centre back wise, Sunji Hai can come on and play in that role. Ihara can move to the other side, leaving it even more finely packed there. Can't go to 2 centre backs, Martin. We can't go to 2 unless it's 9 men. We can't go down to 2 at the back. Could have gone to 4 at the back, but yeah, they couldn't go to 2 at this point. It can happen at 9 men, but not at 10. Anyway, so here we are. We kick off. Kicking off. Well, you know what I mean. It's a red card very, very early on, and obviously that's a lot of suffering for Red West for the rest of this game. Surely, oh, they've had a chance, and it's come close. And an army, it looked like the opportunity, and they're really taking it to their opponents here. Thought it was okay. No, that's fine, Martin. Don't worry. We all like this. These strange rules and whatever. Gets Sun on. Quinton was messaging me with that one. Yes, it happened. It did happen. But of course, it's just like, well, looking at who could come on for whom. Sprungfelt holding out at the moment. It looks like, to be honest, rather than Red West. Carboni trying to turn up the pressure. It's going to half time. This is 0-0. 20 minutes and no goal. How about 45 and no goal? Yeah, it's not been the greatest performance so far from either team, but I suppose Red West holding on as they've been doing. Nedvez passing and he's tackling, both going pretty well there. And a giant arrow would be lovely. A centre forward on at the back with a massive arrow. Said or Luis Enrique style, of course. I mean, to be honest, Fanji could do that. He is a striker. So with that, that's probably a good suggestion, to be honest, to do that for the team. That he would be the person who could do that role. So Sprungfelt, just in terms of things, Red West will make subs at 60 minutes. And when will Sprungfelt make theirs? Mr. Savage, possibly a few seconds further behind. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think that's a good little idea from Stu, to be honest, especially with who it is. Let me see the form, Mr. Horse. There, 7s and 8s. Damn, I haven't had a cough until I started speaking. I think I'm just wearing my voice out today. All negative tests and all that sort of stuff. 7s and 8s condition wise. Oh, the formation. There we are. The formation. The formatron. Don't forget to name your sub minute. What will it be? Duff swap with Burn. Right into the middle there. Here we can indeed. Is this going to be a... just ringing on somebody to do... Duff arrow to striker. Breaking the heart. Love it. Love it. Superb. 69 minute sub. And we'll get on with this for the second half. We've got... Oh, and Deflondra's gone immediately. That might break your heart a little bit more. Deary me, what is going on tonight? We've got a red card at start of both halves, one for each team. Well, I don't think we expected that. I mean, Burns is there as a substitute, whereas Whitley's going to go into a back three. I mean, anything really. Oh, absolute madness. Deflondra, I mean, what's he gone for? That's something we've got to ask about. What was he sent off for? He's had a great season so far. Ratings wise, not tremendous, but he does put a shift in every single time. I'm waiting for the substitute. Oh, Crawley have signed a winger from QPR. Good. Swap Duff and Burn back again. And take the arrow off. Yep. And who's going to join you as a third centre back? Whitley. Or are you going for 4 at the back? Here we go. Move Burn to the left of the 3 and Whitley as the middle. Centre back there. Whitley in the middle. Swindon signed defender Joe Tomlinson from Peterborough. Oldham signed Mike Fondop. That's a lovely name, isn't it? Just waiting for confirmation on whether there's anything else. Whitley, Arrow to centre mid. There we go. Right, okay, we'll move on to 60 minutes for Red West and 69 for Sprungfelt. 5 minutes till subs, and here it's coming up, but will there be a chance to listen to penalty? It's a penalty to Sprungfelt, and that's going to be interesting to see who takes that one. Red West lucky to keep their players on the pitch. They don't really have any options as to who can come on and do a job, so to be honest, that's probably just going to be left as it is. Well, Seo-jong Won, do they want to risk him get Shin had been coming on, he's played a bit, he's terrible, isn't he? Let's leave it as it is. So the penalty is scored, it's Pavel Nedved with the goal, 1-0, and 2-0 it's Ronaldo, and they scored last time both of them. You just need Carboni, but at least Nedved makes it 3-0. 3-0. Keeper on penalty suggestion came through from Quinton, but yeah, if I couldn't make the tactical change at that point to do that, yeah, it's going very well now for Sprungfelt. All of a sudden they had to have a player sent off for it to happen, but they're doing it. Ronaldo there on 79 is not injured. Carboni on 80 is also not injured, and Nedved 82. They're the 3 that are suffering a little bit. He's going to leave it as it is. Okay, we go for the rest of this game. And we've got one match left for tonight, which is Gondor and Flamingos, of course, isn't it? Gondor Flamingos, the final match of the night. Ronaldo on a 10, playing particularly well now, and 10 aside. I don't know. I think the red card for Sprungfelt killed the game for Red West. Elisa Davey finished on a 10 as well as Ronaldo. Ronaldo taking man of the match. Red West, they suffered, didn't they? They suffered a bit later on with what happened, I suppose. Yeah, when he managed to make a pass before he was sent off. For Sprungfelt, Nedved winning 11 tackles, playing very, very well like that. Didn't do a lot of dribbling, but Ronaldo and Elisa Davey both got the assists, both pretty useful in the passing, and they take the victory by 3-0. Sons of Gondor versus Flamingos is our final match of the day, and with Bango suspended still on his ban there. The team changes a little bit in personnel, but changes quite a bit in formation. So Hope and Vokalosa with are recalled in place of someone who plays a bit further, Leon Kelly, and also for one of our centre backs that we had playing previously, Latovic. That's the one. There we are. So for Gondor, they were beaten 3-1 by Flamingos last time out. Penza with a double, and Archibald and Pamadukar scored the goal. So yeah, Smut saying glad you're doing well, Stu. Yeah, I think we're all very, very glad that Stu's doing well, and hope to have him on Swemp commentary before the end of the season, because that would be a great thing. I think people want you on, definitely. So Gondor, yeah, with a change for today. There's no captain named to my knowledge, but I will just check, because it might be me that's made a mistake there. So I will just have a little look at that captain. No, there's no captain named for this game. It's going to Chris Hope. And for Flamingos changes that Addo's out and Woodgate is back available today, so he's the only lineup change at all. Cambiasso and Woodgate switch places when he's been recalled in, but that's the only thing that's been amended there. So we look forward to seeing how they get on. Last time Flamingos, they drew one off with Fortuna, of course, in the battle for this top 4, and now what could easily become a top 2 or 3 place after today's results. It's absolutely close as you like, apart from Grove now pulling away a little bit at the top. And well done to them. We kick off the final match of the day just an hour in. And really at this point, Rox has gone live on his Twitch, but didn't watch his own Swemp team. Anyway, it's 1-0 and Danny Invincible has scored, by the way. Reminder on mute, 45 and 60 minutes is absolutely fine. Swan, tell him he's fine, people. They'll do me a good job. Chances, I mean, Woodgate and Cambiasso both being booked. I mean, that puts some pressure on that defence for Flamingos, doesn't it? And Fusini is looking a little bit more lively at this point. He's had a chance there. The Flamingos are defending it quite well down the pitch. They come for another one, but it's not to be. 10 minutes to half time. On comes before the season end would be great. And it's going very slowly but still very positively. Carr scores for the second time this season against Flamingos. So he's a little bogey player for them. Samuel Eto'o has taken him down and got a yellow card. And half time it is 1 apiece. 5 shots, 5 on target for Gondor and fewer for Flamingos. We go to Gondor first, and we'll just take a quick look at their stats. Quickly there, they've it's no real sort of impressive stand-up performances from the players. But a quick look at the things. Carr's on an 8, which obviously shows he's doing a decent job. He's also on a shin injury at 80% at this point. Aragon's probably just tired. Yes, he's just tired. As is, says Swan. He goes to 60 minutes. And we haven't seen Fifey at this point. And so I think we'll be going to 60 minutes along here, so we'll see how they get on there. Smutsy saying he's going to be on stream all through February for Sands, and he's hosting it as a drop-in session for anyone who's pop in and say hello. Everyone's welcome. Sounds good there, Smuts. Good luck to you with that as well. And obviously you went for Sands last time. Was it's quite a feat there, wasn't it? Indeed, from that. So yeah, February, all the way through February. And interesting today, on a side note, I can't remember if it's today this time of year ago or whether it is tomorrow this time of year ago. I think it was the 1st of February, so that's probably not actually tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be the 1st of February 2021. I think it was the very first Swemp stream featuring Dangley's getting beaten. I think it's a year tomorrow. So yeah, it's been an anniversary there of Swimpage. Just waiting here, just in case Fifey gets here at this point. He said he was coming on later where possible. I told him his match might be about 9:45, but obviously he's not here. And we'll go to 60 minutes for Flamingos and see how they do at that point. They're on 3 yellows, but not much more we can do there. Flamingos, oh, it's disallowed. They had one in the net. 24 hours over the course of the month. Yeah, it's a lot more, probably a lot more manageable. Is it? I don't know. Is it best to get it all in one go? Carr's been taken down. Chris Perry's on a 5. Carr is now suffering there at. He's only lost 4% this second half. So I'll just put that there. To Swan. Try to influence him on his subs, because Carl's obviously been playing tremendously well. He may well come off for Schwenk. I'll put the change there to see as is, other than Carr. Right, okay, so we'll do that one there. Schwenk is on. And oh, it's been made. It's been made. It's been made. But yeah, I did put the message out, and then I got the response back from that message. So anyway, not to worry about that. It's fine. Flamingos, we've still got no Fifey in. I mean, to me, Barry Ferguson, Brugink, they're on 81s. I'm just going to check Fifey's precedent for substitutes here, because he hasn't left me plans. See what happened. Subs last game he made none, and the game before in the league he made 3. What were the reasons for taking them off? 72, 85 he was on a 5, so obviously struggling a lot there. And we go back to that game against Divisionale, 1 sub on 75 minutes, and that was because he was on 78 on a 7. I think we're going to make the one change at this point, and it will be that Barry Ferguson will be withdrawn and he'll be replaced by Ambrosini, because he can certainly do that job there. So we make that one change. Okay, chances for Cini coming close to getting a goal. Ambrosini up to a 7 straight away. Oh, and we've lost Cambiasso. We've lost Cambiasso at this point, and really, judging by who's on the bench and available in the first team and available, Ambrosini going to centre back would leave him short here. So Archibald, being a defender, is going to step into the role taken by Cambiasso's absence. How many games unbeaten are Flamingos? Is it 12? So a quick look into how they're getting on their team stats, and games not losing 10. So heading into an 11th at the moment, a chance to take that record away. And with 23 minutes to go plus injury time, anything can happen here. A second sub, of course, Archibald and Ambrosini. Now the men to come on. They're playing well, actually, since coming on. Schwenk is also playing well. This game has gone very, very poor, hasn't it? Oh, Aragon takes a yellow card. And we're almost at the end, and we are at the end, and it's a 1-1 draw, and Palmo Ducar, with his goal again, has done a great job for Gondor against Flamingos. Every shot on target for Gondor, that's 1 in the second half. And for Flamingos, they didn't quite get into that as much as Gondor. 1 shot off target in the second half. What a poor half of football from both teams, I think, there. That's probably all we can really say about it. Well, well done to Gondor. Well done for Flamingos for making 11 unbeaten games in a row there. So, well played, well played. A quick look then, just to go back into the Red West Sprungfelt game. A red card for pushing away Björn Karlsson, fair enough. And the red card, whoa, where's it going? It's going all over. Squaring up to him. Yeah, it's just, there's no need to do that. Swan is on comms next week, indeed. So that is good news for him, and thank you very much for your words there. And Swan, we will see you soon. If you do listen to it again, of course you might hear that message. One team hitting 3 goals, Sprungfelt. It looked like they were going to get none at one point, but draws 1, 2, 3, 4 draws, affecting the table. Set up for square. If he's gone right in his face, you never know. Aaron Ramsey has been confirmed at Rangers, by the way. Has been confirmed just recently that he is signed for Rangers on loan. Massive deal for them, sadly. So Grove 3 points clear. And then there's 2 points now separating the 6 teams after that. Sprungfelt and Badgers 35, Fortuna and Boston 34, Flamingos and Megahorse 33. Megahorse dropping 2 places down today after that result. They have the plus 15 goal difference, which is a joint best in the division, and are now 7th place. 7 clear of Danglies and Divisionale. We're doing a good job there. That's a crazy league. Sprungfelt, Badgers, Fortuna, Boston, Flamingos, Megahorse. 6 teams there, just 2 points apart. Pelham managing to get their point today. They get a point? No, they got beat 1-0. Getting their no point today. Aussie's Dream moved back ahead of Red West Pacific, and Gondor to within 3 points of Blues. Blues, after today getting their 2-2 draw, they're still there. And who can win the league now? We look to just 7 matches to go, so basically 21 points is all that you can catch up with. So the bottom 3 now are unable to reach that points tally as it stands. Player stats: Mutu, Montella and Zeriberto top 3. with Renson conceding 36 goals there, top of the list. Penalties, 4 for Nedved this season. Assists down on 10, Hoare on 9 after getting his first assist in a while last time out. 8 yellow cards for Scally. Red cards next up on this, 2 for De Flandre, Scally and Wellens. Man of the match is Smirteen on 5. And team of the week, well, look into that. Yashvili and Shellstrom up front, Hoare, Honshue, Rihalati, Cuevas, Archibald Perry, Ejiofor and Carr. Very attacking lineup here. There we are. So fixtures for next time, it's on the 21st. Are there any other games for teams in between? Let's look at the Swedish Cup. It's the 25th, so it's straight on to next Monday's games here. Blues versus Gondor next feature on the table. Danglies versus Boston. Dangley can really put something in amongst this, but if they were to do something to Boston. Flamingos and Badgers 2 points apart. Grove and Fortuna. If Fortuna can cause a shock, they could bring Grove back out of that bit. Otherwise Grove could pretty much seal a good lead here at this point. Brighton have signed a striker, Denis Undav from Saint-Gilloise. Oh, that's where the owner owns that, doesn't he? Aussie's Dream Mega Horse. Red West versus Sporting Clube Divisionale, and Sprungfelt versus Pelham. Some big games there, and we look forward to those next Monday. Just 7 matches to go. A reminder of that crazy battle there from 2nd to 7th. It's an absolute joy to be hosting this league. I've been massively enjoying it, and thank you very much to everyone for watching tonight, and we'll see you again on Wednesday for Division 1, of course, which is a great league as well. It's been going particularly well in the recent matches. We'll see you again soon. Good night.